Well, it's time again for this week's boarding pass. We're headed out of town, and I thought I'd give you a review before we go get on the airplane of what we did this week. And this has been one of our busiest weeks we've had in a long time. First off, this week marks a 4-year anniversary of Obamacare. 4 years ago, Obamacare was basically, put out without a single vote of the Republican Party or any participation, and basically shoved down our throats as something that was going to save health care is done just the contrary. It's just really sad how many times they've had to go in and micromanage and make corrections and waive things and put off things and suspend things to make this product at least appear to be working, although I don't think it works. But the thing we ought to be thinking about is all those things they have suspended, delayed, and tweaked, or whatever you want to call it, they're all coming back eventually to be in the plan. What are we going to have then? If they're so bad that we don't want to talk about them now, what are they going to be then? When the people we waived are back in the program, when the people that got special dispensation no longer have special dispensation, what is our health care going to look like? This is a bad thing, and it ought to be gotten rid of. This week we hosted 2 DHS hearings. I was the chairman of both those hearings. The TSA Administrator Pistol, who's in charge of the TSA, and the FEMA Administrator Fugate. Those are 2 hearings that I held. And in addition to that, in the defense area, we were with the Air Force, with Secretary James. PACCOM hearing yesterday afternoon with PACOM, with Admiral Locklear and the Korean Forces General Scaparrotti. All of these hearings in one day. We had 4 hearings. Today we're going to be talking in just about 30 minutes with Secretary John McHugh and General Ray Odierno, one of our former commanders at Fort Hood, who's now the Chief of Staff of the Army, about the Army Defense Appropriations. I also attended this week a CJS hearing with FBI Director Carney, and I questioned him about the Fort Hood shootings and the failure of the FBI in that area, and where he's going to be meeting with me to discuss the 18 recommendations of the Webster Commission that all come out of the shooting at Fort Hood, and what he's doing to implement those. So, I'm going to be asking questions until we get answers about that shooting at Fort Hood. Next week, we're going to have Eric Holder in here, and I'm going to be asking him about it. We're going to get the answers because we're just going to keep pounding away at them until we do. Just got through visiting with Dan Corbin, the mayor of Killeen, and some of the Killeen city fathers. We talked about local issues to do with Killeen, and I'm always happy to have folks from back home come in. So we're 2/3 of the way through this day, and we're headed for Texas, and it's always good when I'm headed back to Texas. So that was our week.